Good morning. This is PJ. I'm in my office and this is take two, even though you wouldn't know it. I was videoing it, almost finished, and then it said, storage is full, and it ended the recordings. So I had to delete everything that was on my phone. Anyway, it is Tuesday, March 22nd, 2022. And we are here for our daily lectionary readings. We've got our three readings. Once again, it is Psalm 39 for our psalm reading. Ezekiel 17, 1 through 10 is going to be our Old Testament reading. And Romans chapter 2, verses 12 through 16 is going to be our New Testament reading. And remember, with it being Tuesday, we are looking back on what happened on Sunday. Let us listen into the scripture. Psalm 39. I'm determined to watch step and tongue so that they won't land me in trouble. I decided to hold my tongue as long as wicked is in the room. Mom's the word. I said and kept quiet. But the longer I kept silent, the worse it got. My insides got hotter and hotter, and my thoughts boiled over. I spilled my guts. Tell me, what's going on, God? How long do I have to live? Give me the bad news. You've kept me on a pretty short rations. My life is a string, too short to be saved. Oh, we're all puffs of air. Oh, we're all shadows in a campfire. Oh, we just spit in the wind. We make our pile and we leave it. What am I doing in the meantime, Lord? Hoping? That's what I'm doing. Hoping. Hoping you save me from a rebel life. Save me from the contempt of idols. I'll say no more. I'll shut my mouth, since you, Lord, are behind all this. But I can't take it much longer. When you put us through the fire to purge us from our sin, our dearest idols, they go up in smoke. Are we also nothing but smoke? Oh, God, listen to my prayers, my cry. Open your ears. Don't be callous. Just look at these tears of mine. I'm a stranger here. I don't know my way. A migrant like my whole family. Give me a break. Cut me some slack before it's too late and I'm out of here. Our Old Testament reading today comes from the book of Ezekiel, chapter 17, verses 1 through 10. God's message came to me. Son of man, make a riddle for the house of Israel. Tell them a story. Say, God, the Master says, a great eagle with a huge wingspan and long feathers, in full plumage and bright colors, came to Lebanon, and took the top off of a cedar, broke off the top branch, took it to a land of traders, and set it down in a city of shopkeepers. Then he took a cutting from the land and planted it in good, well-watered soil, like a willow on a river bank. It sprouted into a flourishing vine, low to the ground. Its branches grew toward the eagle, and the roots became established. A vine, putting out shoots, developing branches. There was another great eagle with a huge wingspan and thickly feathered. This vine sent out its roots toward him from the place where it was planted. Its branches reached out to him so he could water it from a long distance. It had been planted in good, well-watered soil and put out branches and bore fruit and became a noble vine. God, the Master, said, will it thrive? Won't he just pull it up by the roots and leave the grapes to rot and the branches to shrivel up? A withered, dead vine? It won't take much strength or many hands to pull it up, even if it's transplanted. Will it thrive? When the hot east wind strikes it, won't it shrivel up? Won't it dry up and blow away from the place where it was planted? Our New Testament reading today comes from the book of Romans, chapter 2, verses 12 through 16. If you sin without knowing what you're doing, God takes that into account. But if you sin knowing full well what you're doing, that's a different story entirely. Merely hearing God's law is a waste of your time if you don't do what He commands. Doing, not hearing, is what makes the difference with God. When outsiders who have never heard of God's law follow it more or less by instinct, they confirm its truth by their obedience. They show that God's law is not something alien, imposed on us without, but woven into the very fabric of our creation. There is something deep within them that echoes God's yes and no, right and wrong. Their response to God's yes and no will become public knowledge on the day that God makes his final decision about every man and woman. The message from God that I proclaim through Jesus Christ takes into account all of these differences. And here ends our readings for the day. Peace. Have a good one.